So I'm just going to get straight to the point here. I was on my Running with Dogs Facebook account. I'll leave the link to my Facebook account, and you can add me as a friend down there, down in the description. And I asked them what would they like to either learn, see, or discuss. And I also got a request to do the next video outside, but over in Australia, I know it's hard to see. I know it's a bit hard to grasp for the Americans over there, but it does rain here too. So it's raining outside, so unfortunately I cannot do one outside. But one of the people of my Facebook account asked if they could learn about what was a dog's perspective on the world. Well, as many yous all think that dogs are colourblind. That is a myth. Dogs can actually see colours, but not as vividly as humans. And another myth is that dogs want you to be harsh on them. Well, let's look at it both sides, alright? Humans, alright? Little kids, when you be harsh on little kids, they know right from wrong, you know? Dogs. Now, when you be harsh on dogs, they don't really respond to that kind of treatment. So, like, you gotta, what is a punishment? Well, a punishment is where when you're trying to teach your dog a trick, or when you've got a piece of food in your hand, or if your dog's play motivated, you've got a ball in your hand or something like that. If your dog doesn't do the wrong thing, if your dog does do the wrong thing, you withhold the reward. So it doesn't mean you hit him, doesn't mean you go no. You go and withhold the reward. Another thing is that dogs can talk, alright? Not in our language, but dogs can talk. They have their ears, alright? Ears go forward, means they're ready to attack. Ears go back, they're scared. So it's all signals for them. So that's them talking. Growls, the talks. But most people don't want to learn about dog signals. So what there's people like me, there's people like Zach George, and there's people like animal rescuers. Over here we have the RSPCA. Over in Michigan you'd have the HSPCA or whatever. So people like us. Another thing is that dogs can feel emotions. Dogs are extremely like us in most ways. Dogs can feel emotions. They know something's going to happen. They've got a sixth sense. But yeah, so dogs can tell whether we're stressed, as people can do if we're pulling our hair, or if we tell them we're stressed. Dogs can figure out if we're pulling their hair. Dogs know we're stressed. If we're playing a game with them and we get bored and we do something like, the dog's not going to want to play because you don't want to play. That's how the dog knows that you don't want to play. Another thing is, if you have got a big backyard like I have, a dog is still going to get used to it and he's going to get bored. So when you take him out, have you ever noticed how your dog, when you first take him out of the yard, they are heaps excited. But when you bring them back, they're quiet again. That's because all they want to do is they just want to get out of the house, have a sniff around, have a walk, and then get back and have a sit down with you. Now, I'm not sure about your dog, but my dog is very observant, which most dogs are. My German Shepherd sees what we're doing and wants to do it. So say if my pup's got a coffee or a cup of joe, to use Americans, Shep will look at the coffee, see Pop drinking it, and Shep will try to get at the coffee to have a taste. When he sees us holding a baby, after we put the baby down, Shep wants to hop on our lap because he just saw us holding the baby. So they really want to connect with you. They really want to be there. They are so loving and so kind. But it's whether the human wants to connect with the dog. Now, in some cases there are humans who want to connect to the dog but can't really see how to do it. My best way is training. Train your dog. Spend a lot of time with it, and the connection will take care of itself. I can almost guarantee you that. But so yeah, dog's perspective on the world. What else is there to talk about? Well, when a dog sees things like fighting, okay, it's sort of like a mother's instinct. When a kid, so when its owner, alright, if its owner is getting attacked, or if it even feels that its owner is scared, because it can also sense that, if it can, that the owner is scared, if it can sense that that is about to be attacked, the dog will defend the owner at all costs. I'm telling you, a dog will die for you. So that's why I see most of the attacks of pit bulls, Rottweilers, German Shepherds, what they don't realise and what they don't mention in the tabloids or the newspapers is that those attacks are from a dog knowing that the owner's going to get attacked. But they don't mention that in the newspapers. Why? Because good writers never let the truth get in the way of a good story. So just be cautious of tabloids. Don't believe everything they say, especially about dogs, because most of the people who got attacked were trying to attack the owner, and then the dog came out and the dog attacked. And yeah, because pitbulls are very, very loving towards their owner than most dogs would be. So they are very, very cautious about what they do, who they meet, where they go. So yeah, so most of the dog's perspective on the world is you. You are your dog's perspective on the world. If you do stuff with your dog, that's also some of his perspective on the world. If you take your dog out, that's another perspective. Your dog in some ways looks through your eyes. So your dog knows when you're scared, your dog knows when he's going to get taken out for a walk. Your dog, when you first get it as a puppy, tries to know its mother, or the person who's raising it, so that would be you, tries to know it as much as it can to get to know what it's going to do, when it's going to do it, and how it is going to do it. So yeah, so you are your dog's perspective on the world. And that's where the connection comes in. Because if you don't have a connection with your dog, then your dog might not protect you when you need it to. Your dog might not do this, might not do that. So you really need a connection with your dog. And that's what myself and Zach George, dog trainer, are trying to build on, and trying to get people to understand that you do need a connection there. And yeah, so a relationship with your dog, a heavily based relationship. We're not talking like a boy-girl relationship, you know, completely different other story. I'm talking like a friendship for starters. Then you need an emotional relationship. Now I'm not talking about like kissing or that your dog, but what I'm talking about is there needs to be an emotional bond there. So if your dog gets hurt, you need to feel really bad, if not cry. Now I'm not saying that you have to cry. I'm just saying that that's what you'll feel like inside. And you'll know if there's a connection there. But yeah, guys, so that's it for today. Follow me on Facebook if you wish. The link will be in the description. And please subscribe. Send me a comment on what you want the next video to be about. I'm sorry I couldn't do it outside. It's raining. But yeah, so okay, follow me on Facebook. Follow me on YouTube. And subscribe. And add me as a friend on Facebook. Alright. Thanks, guys. See ya.